Thank you, Senator Ernst. Senator Warren, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, General Walters, for your leadership in responding to Russia's invasion of Ukraine. I support the Ukrainian people and our allies in this work. So Congress recently approved $13.6 billion for Ukraine, including $6.5 billion for the Pentagon. We also supported NATO partners against Russian aggression for years through the European Deterrence Initiative, or the EDI. But because of the way Congress and DOD set up this fund, the Pentagon doesn't have to explain how EDI spending supports a long-term plan. EDI was first funded through the Overseas Contingency Operations, or OCO, account, which was primarily set up to support operations in Afghanistan and Iraq. But it became a slush fund for the Pentagon to funnel billions of dollars toward programs that were unrelated to those conflicts. Now, the Biden administration eliminated OCO, and to make sure that EDI didn't turn into the same thing, Congress required your command to provide annual plans for long-term EDI spending. General Walters, 3 of those plans have been due since the FY 2020 NDAA made this requirement the law. How many of those plans have actually been provided to Congress?
Senator, I can tell you that EUCOM has made a response, and the transaction between the Department and Congress I'm not aware of.
Okay, well, I'll tell you the answer, 0. Congress has pumped an additional $13 billion into the EDI, and it is now highly likely that the EDI will grow in tandem with our need to support our European allies. So even though these are required by law, we haven't gotten these reports. General Walters, has your command provided the, the DOD with the information they need to provide those plans to Congress this year so that they can finally follow the law and submit a report?
We have, Senator.
I'm sorry?
We have, Senator.
You have provided the information. I appreciate that because I'm counting on seeing that report soon. If we don't, it sounds like the process is breaking down at DOD, and I will follow up with DOD to make sure that we get the report we need, and I appreciate your cooperation in that. Now, in addition to requiring plans for how EDI money would be spent in the upcoming year, the FY20 NDAA put in place requirements for an annual report on how EDI money was spent. Congress also never received those reports. So, General Walters, will you make sure that this committee receives a report by November 30th of this year on how EDI money has been spent to date?
I will do everything within my command authority to do so, Senator.
All right. Well, that one's within your command authority, so I very much appreciate that. You know, this committee is being asked to sign off on an $813 billion in national security spending next year. It's no secret that I think that level of spending is too high. Our strong multilateral response in Ukraine shows how important it is for us to invest in diplomacy, in helping refugees, and in using all of our foreign policy tools. But that does not mean giving the Pentagon a blank check or shrugging when we don't get the budget information we need to conduct spending oversight. Tracking these dollars is part of how we keep America safe and how we work with our allies. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back my time.